Victoria is renowned for great theatre, art, and culture. On Sunday night, I ventured out to the Victoria Event Centre to have some laughs with one of Victoria's non-profit improv theatre societies, the Impromaniacs. Pretty soon, I found myself in stitches as I was swept into a comical adventure. The interaction between the players and the audience was dynamic, and the energy created from it was exciting. And this particular evening, they performed in the style of TheatreSports, a competitive team versus team format. But before the show, I caught up with the Impromaniacs organizer and player, Sean Norman, to find out a little bit more about the Impromaniacs.
The Impromaniacs have been working in Victoria for going on 20 years next year, actually. Many people who aren't involved with the Impromaniacs anymore, but are still working as actors around the city. Nowadays, we do shows once a month here in Victoria at the Victoria Event Centre.
Tell me a little bit more about the TheatreSports. What is it?
Okay, well, TheatreSports was created by Keith Johnstone, an improviser from England. He created this. He had this idea of why is theatre so sparsely attended, but sporting events are like always so crowded and people go crazy at them. So he thought, well, why can't we have TheatreSports? And he created these games and this format. How we do it is we have two teams go head to head, and they challenge each other to do scenes in certain ways, and they get suggestions from the audience like we normally do in improv, and they're judged, and the winners win, and they get the glory.
What do they win?
They get to play again.
So it's sort of like whose line is it anyway?
It's comparable, yeah. You'll see a lot of the same games probably, and a lot of things you've never seen before, I bet.
What do you want to tell Victoria's listeners about the Impromaniacs?
I definitely want more people to know about it. I think there's a lot of people who are interested in it. We've been having some pretty successful shows, and hopefully we can get some sort of regular audience. That's what we're trying to build.
Do you think Victoria is a good place for improv theatre?
I think it's a great place, and I think that there's a market there that will appreciate it.
What does it take to be a good improv actor?
It takes courage, the ability to listen, to be able to put your ego aside and work with others and not think about making yourself the best in the scene, but to make the other people the best in the scene.
Make each other look good.
Make each other look good, yeah.
If you wanted to join, how would you do it?
We do have auditions, and we're having a round of auditions coming up, actually. You come in, you work with us for 3 rehearsals, and if we like you, if you like us, we will ask you to join. It's just for the love of performing, really. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Do the Impromaniacs have theme nights at all?
Sometimes. Our next show coming up on the 20th, November 20th, it will be a musical themed show called Cover Band. Sometimes we'll mix it up and do something crazy. We're performing every month at least. We've been doing it for almost 20 years now, and we'd love you to see what improvisation can be.
Does Victoria hold a lot of talent for improv theatre?
We've had some really great people come through the team throughout the years, so
maybe I should give it a go. I then spoke to the man who started it all, the Impromaniacs founder and player, John Argue.
They started in 1989. A couple of guys, Mark Clark and Bill Nance, decided that we needed something to excite and energize Victoria. So they started this little group and called them the Impromaniacs. And then I showed up in 1990 and actually just kind of crashed the rehearsal and no announcement. And actually, shortly after I did that, we instituted a formal audition process to keep crazies like myself out. Yeah, that's kind of how we got started. There's no original members left, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of the continuity from 1990. And kind of holding the flame and keeping us going because, heck, we're going to be 20 years old.
So what makes improv theatre different than other theatre, and what do you like about it that makes it different?
What I like is the fact it's very collaborative. We work together to tell a story and engage the audience and build on each other's strengths. We kind of live in the moment, and we feel we add to the story, and, hey, it might come out just something amazing. So, yeah. We'd love to have you down here, and, hey, it's only $5 if you're students. We're excited to see who wants to come and join us.
At the end of the show, I snagged a couple of the other players, Steve, Wes, and Kiel, for a chat about this form of theatre. So what do you think makes a good improv actor?
It's just somebody who can get on stage and just enjoy themselves and not worry too much about the audience. because that's the big thing. If you're on stage and you're worrying about an audience, you're not going to be able to just let loose and have fun.
So what do you like about improv?
I like improv a lot just because it's never the same thing twice. You're always seeing something new on stage, and you're always doing something new. You go on stage, it happens, and you walk away. I like seeing the Impromaniacs in Victoria. It's good because I live up island and we don't have a lot of improv groups around there, so it's good to have the Impromaniacs in Victoria.
What do you like about improv theater?
I guess because at its best, it showcases someone's real feelings, how someone really is, because if you're really letting it flow from the heart, and that's sort of where the best improv comes from, you don't have time to think up anything that's not honest or anything that isn't just coming straight out of your subconscious. You're basically getting a little window right into their subconscious. It's like they're dreaming on stage. That's what keeps me coming to shows, the hope that I might catch a glimpse of that.
With improvised theater, you can do whatever you want. There's no structured story. Everything is up to you and the people you're on stage with. It's just this explosion of creativity.
So what do you think makes a good improv actor or player, team member?
Willingness to step back. So many people associate improv as it's improv comedy, so it's really loud and zany and crazy. Yeah. And oftentimes it does lend itself very well to that, but it's not going to succeed if everyone's trying to do that and nobody's listening. Yeah. I think you kind of have to earn the comedy, that you build up to it. You have to care about the characters and the situation they're in, and then it's going to be funny when things fall to pieces.
Yeah. Considering your listeners, what would you like to tell Victoria about the Impromaniacs?
They are not going to see anything like improvised theater in any other format. It's dangerous. There's always that chance of failure, so that success is so much sweeter and better earned. You're going to be very involved and engaged in the performance. You don't have to be pulled up on stage or anything like that, any of those scary things. You being there is going to direct the outcome of the show.
During the show, I volunteered myself to go up on stage with the actors. This gave me a mad glimpse of what improv theater is like. It's exciting, unpredictable, and entertaining. So if you haven't seen Victoria's Impromaniacs perform and are in need of a good laugh, check out their website at impromaniacs.com for their monthly shows. Reporting for Village 900 Focal Point, I'm Claire Coupland.